We have new details tonight on the Saudi national who killed 3 sailors and wounded 8 more at a Florida Naval Air Base last week. According to the FBI, the shooter was able to legally purchase the handgun he used to murder our men in uniform. Well, how did he do this? Well, the attacker exploited a loophole in federal law, which is raising some serious national security questions. Also tonight, Defense Secretary Mark Esper is halting training for all 852, Saudi military personnel in the U.S. while officials investigate the vetting process. Joining me now, Dinesh D'Souza, conservative author and filmmaker, and Art Arthur, resident fellow in law and policy for the Center for Immigration Studies. Dinesh, do we need to start being able to be a little more clear-eyed about the Saudi kingdom all these years after 9/11?
I think we do. Now, certainly no country had more of the 9/11 hijackers than Saudi Arabia. And it seems like we have, to some degree, forgotten the lessons of 9/11. I mean, you have Saudi guys showing up looking for military training or looking for flight training. You think that would ring an alarm bell, but apparently not, or not enough. Now, I realize, of course, that in Saudi Arabia, there are 2 Saudi Arabias. There are 2 camps. There's the royal family, and that's one camp, and there's the bin Laden camp. So we shouldn't confuse the two. We shouldn't assume that because it's Saudi, it's bad. But the truth of it is that these 2 camps are more closely connected than we might sometimes think. The Saudi regime, for example, funds all kinds of madrasas, religious schools that promote radicalism. Obviously, there are Saudis who can come to America under the auspices of the government, and yet they might have radical sympathies. And so while there are 2 Saudi Arabias, the 2 Saudi Arabias are, in fact, interconnected.
By the way, here's how CNN spun the president's reaction to that Pensacola shooting. Watch.
New York Times wrote a piece saying this struck many people as just odd, that the president's first instinct appeared to be to defend the Saudi royal family.
He's providing cover for the Saudis. Trump doesn't have ideology. That what is most important to Trump is he going to pursue his own personal agenda wherever that takes him? And I think that's actually quite consistent, even though it creates all sorts of paroxysms among those that don't like those policies.
Well, I also see consistency in the hypocrisy.
Dinesh, did Brennan not get the memo about the whole America First thing? And that's Ian Bremmer there. I mean, there's a personal benefit. I don't see that. I mean, they are an important ally in the region, are they not? I mean, Trump's trying to balance all of that.
Absolutely. The United States has been allied with Saudi Arabia going back essentially to World War II. And Saudi Arabia has been an important ally, not economically to some degree. Now, of course, over time, America's dependence on the region for oil has gone down. Huge discoveries of natural gas in the United States. We're not as dependent on the desert as we used to be. And that might warrant some reevaluation of the sort of automatic deference that we have tended to give to a country like Saudi Arabia in exchange for its sort of economic alliance with us.